Hello, Satnam, it's me, Shakti Sundari, and I'm back with you today for the next reading from the Radiance Sutras. I'm still down in Somerset in Cannington, and I've had to come away from the festival site to find somewhere to broadcast because since yesterday I've been able to access Facebook from where we are. It's been blocked. So I've taken myself off for a little walk into Cannington town, and knowing a little bit what today's meditation is about, I was looking for an appropriate place that was both quiet and where I could sit. And I can hear voices of people coming up now, but anyway, so there might be some noise. I've come into the cemetery, so I'm just sitting at the very back end of the cemetery here in Cannington, and looking down. I'll just show you actually to some headstones and a path that's got bushes and shrubs all the way up along it, and then behind me there's a wall and farmland. So I don't have much battery life left, so I'm going to have to do this quite quickly. I hope my battery lasts long enough to read to you today. So we are on Yukti verse 65, and our meditations are going into a deeper, darker place now, which is great because we've been so up with the light and the ecstasy, and now there's a different side to the practice. It reminds me very much actually of some of the practices mentioned in Danielle Audier's book Tantric Quest. So Yukti verse 65. Oops, let me just put my glasses on. Here we go, here's the Sanskrit. Evam eva nimilyada netre Krishna abam agrata prasarya bharavam rupam bhavayan tatmaya bhavet. And I'm going to go straight on to the English just because I'm really aware that my battery is quite low. I can see there's a few people there. Hello, Sandy and Andy. Hello. All right, here's the translation by Lauren Roche. Close your eyes and imagine an expanse of terrible darkness surrounds you. No objects, no light, no moon, no stars, nothing but blackness spreading to infinity. Do not shrink in terror. Do not turn away. Give yourself to the blackness with no hope of light. Surrender completely. Contemplating this feeling, merge with the mystery of night. Yeah, so here I am sitting in a graveyard contemplating the darkness, the mystery of the night, right? And I love that this surprises me, surprises us with taking us into a realm that we might not imagine to be associated with spirituality, with awakening, with enlightenment, to sink into the darkness. And yet there's so much about that I could say, you know. In that book that I mentioned, Tantric Quest, by a very well-known tantric teacher, Danielle Audier, he went to India, to the Himalayas. He met a true Dakini, a woman, a sky dancer who awakened him. And she made him do very many practices over a long period of time to get to the point where he was ready to merge in union with her. And some of those practices and meditations she asked him to complete were very scary and frightening and challenging in a massive way. For example, standing on the edge of a waterfall all night in the dark without falling in. So he was asked to confront his deepest, darkest fears in reality. But of course we do that all the time in our lives, metaphorically as well. We face our darkness, we face our shadow, we face our greatest fears. I've just been, going through a phase where I've had to look at all of my shadow elements in my own personality and being, and it doesn't scare me, but it can feel uncomfortable for sure. Close your eyes and imagine an expanse of terrible darkness surrounds you. No objects, no light, no moon, no stars, nothing but blackness spreading to infinity. So there's nothing left for the awareness to cling on to. There's nothing to grasp hold of. We have to let go of all visions, imaginations, thoughts, beliefs, pictures, letting go of everything and simply merging with darkness. There are a number of tantric teachers who actually offer meditations and retreats where you are completely in blackness, blackout for a number of days, a week even. You eat in the darkness, you lie, you sleep, you breathe in the darkness, and it's quite an I've not done this, but I know that it's available if that interests you. So this is a practice. Do not shrink in terror, do not turn away. Give yourself to the blackness with no hope of light. Surrender completely. Now I know this, I spoke to this yesterday, I know this feeling in terms of my own emotional state, in terms of going through a dark night of the soul, when I have been at moments in my life feeling so bleak inside and so hopeless that everything felt very, very, very dark. And I know that the normal human inclination at that point would be to push it away or run away or do something to block it out. You know, overeating, over-drinking, drugs, sex, whatever it might be. But the invitation in this, whether we do it in reality, you know, facing the blackness or within our own selves, is to not run away, to not shrink away, to give ourselves to the blackness, to give ourselves fully to it. And as a woman, there's also something quite unique about our womanly capacity to go deep, deep, deep down into the darkness of the womb space, to surrender fully to that void of the unknown, and then to arise, reborn from that with completely new insight, like we have been remade. In meditation also, when we close our eyes, this is a technique, we can begin to imagine blackness inside the head and then allow that sense of blackness to fill the whole body completely, merging with that. So these are many different approaches to embracing the dark. Contemplating this feeling, merge with the mystery of night. So do we dare to go where we are afraid to go? Do we dare to go? Do we dare to let go, to surrender, to merge with that within ourselves, to feel that there's nothing to hold on to, and to discover what's on the other side of that? This is what this meditation is inviting us to do. Really to contemplate our own death. Our own death, but it's just the death of the ego, of course. And beyond that, what do we discover? I'm not going to give the answer. I don't even know if I have the answer. I just know this is one more beautiful meditation technique to awaken us to the truth, the real truth of who we are. More tomorrow, but thank you for being with me today, and I'll be reading again from the Radiance Sutras next time. Lots of love and thanks for being with me. Sat Nam.